Niko, you're a man of your word.
Well, eventually.
Hope
I
everybody's
tried.
all right.
Yeah, a couple guys got hurt actually, but they were being tough about it. I told them they probably had a workman's comp claim, but
That's never good.
they didn't want to. So they were the ones that were confident that they can handle it. I was questioning whether they could do it and get that thing down the stairs. It's like a 900-pound table, heaviest table I've ever seen. Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate your I apologize to keep rescheduling. I thought it would be done and back by 2 this afternoon, but nothing's ever as quick as you think. I should have knew better.
Were they trying to do it without taking the top off, Niko?
They took the top off. The base alone was like 300 pounds. It was 6 foot diameter Emperado marble, solid, very heavy. And the guys that got it up there, took like 6 guys to get it up the stairs when I first got it. These guys were just taking it down, but instead of carrying it down, flat, horizontal, the way it normally is, they patted it all up and wanted to roll it down on its edge, and they couldn't hold it, and it just started rolling, and that was it. They ran over 2 of them and hit the railing and went almost through that, and then bounced off that and went down the other side and hit my car.
I know it was a tragedy and it looked horrible, but moving furniture, that's what I did for 20 years. We used to clear hotels and strip out hotels and what have you, and saw a lot of those. But when I saw that, I just had to laugh at that video because it was funny. So
I,
you'll see the
I
funny
was
side eventually.
yeah, I was trying to, well, the guys were like on the floor.
That's what I did.
Yeah, the guys were injured, so I was trying not to laugh. I wasn't laughing because not only was my table crushed, but on the edges, but also it hit the door of my car, which I got insurance, and it's all just material stuff, but at the same time, it's a pain in the ass, especially when you pay a lot to have movers do it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, everything can be replaced as long as people are okay. That's all that really matters. So yeah. Um, okay, listen, it's Graham here, Niko. I can't stay tonight because I got a lot going on. Are you going to post this tonight so we can watch it tomorrow first thing? I
Yes,
get up
and
early in
and
the morning.
yeah, in all honesty, guys, I have, these movers, they're still on their way to my new place with the loaded truck. So they're gonna get here soon and then they're gonna unload and they're probably gonna be here till midnight. So this was just a crazy day. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into when they got to my house, but everything is heavy and everything is upstairs. So they had to move it all downstairs. So this took a lot longer than I expected. So I'm gonna do a quick call for you guys right now, and I'll probably go live again tomorrow just to make up for it. And I apologize because I wanted to give you an update of what's happening in the markets, but at the same time, I was totally out of pocket today. So let me just get to it. But yeah, Graham, I will upload this, as soon as it's done. And this is probably going to be a short call, guys, probably 30, 40 minutes maybe, instead of the normal 2 hours. But there's really not much going on because, Bitcoin did break out of the bear flag. I mean, here's the bear flag that it's been in the downward trending channel for a while. And it did break to the bottom of the bear flag support, and it did just come up and retest. That's what this pump today was. It came up and retested the bear flag. That's all it did. And then it started to fall again. I'm still expecting this to happen, but I don't know. I mean, it's getting close. April 1st is only 2 days away. And, I haven't seen any big crazy falls yet. Like if we go back to the last one, the last bear market, it did this. Let me go on the 3 days just so we can really compare them. So on the 3 day time frame, this is the previous bear market in 2022. This is the drop that we're in, the drop level we're in right now, and this is the 3 day death cross. It happened right here, and there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles before it broke the support. And then the 10th candle dropped all the way down to here, and then the 11th candle, and then the 12th, the 11th candle, then the last one right here. So where we're at now is, here's the cross right here. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly the same as last time. The 9th candle broke the support. And here's the 10th candle that we're in right now, but it's green at the moment. But you can see that it just came up to retest. It retested. And so if it does anything, I'm not saying it's going to do the same thing that happened last time, but it's so weird, guys, that it's so coincidental that not only did the 3-day death cross happen, and then the drop was 10 candles after that, but it also was a total of 33 days from the time the cross happened, which was February 27th here, and this would bring us to 33 days. Well, this line brings us to 33 days. That's April 1st. So we got 2 more days. We got the rest of today and 2 more days, two more 24-hour periods. So this could start to drop, and then we could have a big one. I'm not, that's only if it does the same thing as the last every bear market prior. Every bear market prior, we had a major dump after the 3-day death cross, within 33 days of the cross, and the 33rd day was the bottom. So we're far away from it, unless this is the bottom, but it can't be because we had a lower bottom here. So it would have to at least come down to lower than this. I'm not saying it's going to come down to 49 or 50K. This is just where I have my markers, but only because that's major support down here, back here, going all the way back for a while. So I really don't know what the price will be. I just know that we got a couple more days before, technically speaking, the bottom has been in from all the previous bear markets on the 33rd day after the death cross.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
So if we were to go short, if we put our stop loss above that blue line up there, we put it up there, or above the yellow diagonal one where it's bouncing off of right now, that would be a good spot, right?
If I was going to go short right now, that's what I would do. And if it decides to go up instead of down for whatever reason, it doesn't do what it's been doing for the last 3 bear markets. If it goes up and hits it and knocks you out, hits your stop loss up here, you can then reassess and maybe re-enter, because the only way I would not re-enter is if it went back up here and went above this downward trending resistance line and bounced and retested it and bounced and started going up. Because if it just wicks up above that blue line, which is 69K, by the way, I would just say 70, put it above 70K to be on the safe side.
So with
you, which I know you're doing your job, and that's good. And I appreciate that, but somehow, how do we stop?
Sorry, I had to mute them out. James, come back off mute. I apologize.
Only thing I was going to ask after that was, when it hit the bottom, did it wick back up and then consolidate again, or did it just stay down at the bottom for a little bit?
So this is the last bear market right here.
And I'm done.
I'm sorry?
I said that will end my question, so the other guy can answer after
Oh,
that.
yeah. I think the other guy was talking and didn't realize he was not on mute. So as you can see here, it came down, it was a big drop, and then there was another big drop, and then another big drop. And it stayed down in this whole zone down here for 5 months before it finally went into a new bull market. So yes, it did bounce here at the bottom, and it did come up all the way up to here. So from 17.5 all the way up to 25K, but it did finally come down back into the zone. So yeah, but I don't think it'll be that first candle, unless that first candle is literally on the first, unless it doesn't drop until the first. But whatever it drops to, I think there might be, it's not going to just, even this one, this long wick here, it did finally bounce up. But these are 3-day candles, so this took 3 days for this to come back up.
That's what I was gonna say. It took 3 days, or almost like 5 days or something to get down to that level. It wasn't just like,
Yeah, so yeah, if you count from the time it broke the bear flag, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days to get to the bottom. So if we look at where we're at now, and by the way, that doesn't mean it's going to happen the exact same way this time, guys. I'm just saying that if we're comparing to the last bear market, because everything else is very similar. This is the candle that broke. So we have 1, 2, 3. This one it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 more days. We have the rest of today, all of tomorrow. We got I'm sorry, this candle right here, we got 1 day and 2 hours left of. This is, we got like a whole 24 hours left of this candle. And then we have all of tomorrow, which is the last day of the month. And then I guess we do have all of Wednesday as well, which would be the first. So we do have basically it's not 6 days, I'm sorry. These are 3-day candles, so it's basically 3 more days. One and a half days of this candle and 1.5 days of another candle. And that's only if, if it plays out the way it's always been. By the way, when I say always, I don't just mean this last bear market. This is the death cross. We had one more drop afterwards, and it was 33 days to the bottom. Here's the one before that. Here's the death cross, and we started to drop, and it took 33 days to get to the bottom. And the one before that, here's the death cross, and 33 days to get to the bottom. I'll just count it out for you so you can see. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure I got that in the right spot, because I counted these out before. There's the cross. Oh, that one took 27 days. Even less time. All right, so we got, that was since they've been keeping track. This one, 27 days, or on the 26th day, I should say. This one took
Niko, is your screen
Say again?
on?
Yes. So if you can't see my screen, what do you see? You see my face?
Yes, sir.
So up here somewhere you got to change the setting. Does anybody know what settings got to do? You got to
I'm
put
sorry.
it on presenter mode.
Sorry.
That's okay. So this one was 33 days, and then the last one was 33 days. That one might have been 36 days. It's between 33 and 36. So we got a 26th day, a 36th day. So I counted out 33 days to the first. So who knows? Maybe it'll be the second or the third. Maybe it'll be 36 days. It doesn't really matter, guys. It's somewhere around the first. So if we see it starting to fall, we'll know that it's on its way. So that's pretty much it. We're just in fall. I'm just in waiting mode. I mean, I'm not bullish. I mean, look at, you got a red dot here on Market Cipher on the 3-day. Let's go to the weekly and see what it looks like. We do have there is a green candle on the weekly that's just started. One second, guys, I apologize. We got movers showing up here. Hello. All right, sorry about that, guys. So on the weekly time frame, we did have a green dot, but that was way back here. That was back on March 2nd. So that was like we're going on a month. And you can see the money flows curving back around and coming back down here. There is no red dot up here, but there is money flowing out, and this is curving back around. So I go to the daily. We had a red dot the other day that was right here on the 26th going into the 27th, and we had money flowing out. It is starting to curve around, and as you can see, we did have a green candle here, but all it did was wick up to retest. All it did was wick up to retest the bottom of the bear flag, and until it breaks through it. If it breaks through it back above it, then that's a different story. But right now it's a long wick up to it and starting to come back down. Let me go to the 4 hour. What I do is I just chunk it down to lower time frames and see if there's anything else happening. As you can see, we had a nice retest there. Also right up to the 200-day moving average of the Golden Death Cross, retesting, and then we got a red dot right here, right there on this big candle right there, and money flowing out on the 4 hour. Let me go down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we do got a green dot, but you know, the 1 hour is just playing hour by hour. So I like to look at the higher time frames when I'm looking at market cipher down here. And that green dot had we've already seen that play out with these two green candles right there. If I go to the monthly on a higher time frame, much higher, let's just see what's going on up here. I don't look at it that often on market cipher, but we did have a green dot, but a red dot rather, that was at the top of the bull market, way up there at 120. And we've been falling ever since. There has been no green dot on the month since then. The 3 week, we got money flowing out on the 3 week still, no curvature around there. 2 week, we did have a green dot, but that already pumped up to the top. That was this right here. It went all the way up there and then came back down and opened this candle. That was really strange, actually. If we go to the lower time frame, guys, we had a little bit of a fake out here where we had a big wick down, boom, and then it pumped all the way back up to retest and then dropped really quick again. The question is it curving? Is it holding support right here? There is some kind of bottom here, but I'm not so sure it's going to hold support, to be honest with you. Could be some fakery happening. This is obviously a bear flag, in my opinion, a big one. And it's a bear flag that is breaking out of a giant bear flag. So we have a bear flag inside the downward trending channel. We broke out of that bear flag here and created another bear flag inside the downward trending channel. So, I mean, to me, we're still downward trending. There's no other way to describe this. It would have to come up here, get back into the flag, break out of the downward trending resistance, hold as support before climbing out. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm just saying it would have to do that first for me to even think that we're not continuing downward. No apologies necessary. Your experience today with the beautiful marble table, car, stairways, and injured movers is simply awful. Moving is stressful. Yes, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that, Shannon. Oh my God, I'm amazed you made it on the Zoom call. I know. I try to stick to my word. I know I hate promising. I'll be there at 3. Oh, I'm not gonna be there at 3, guys. I'm gonna have to move it to 4. And then 4 comes. I'm like, there's no way I can be here at 4. And then telling you 6 and then 6:30. So I kept kicking the can down the road. So I apologize for that. I should have just, the very first time I rescheduled, I should have said 6, but I really didn't think it was going to take that long.
Nico, what happened to the workers? They were all like laying on the ground on the opposite side of the
Oh, that table rolled over one of them's ankle. He's all swollen, but it wasn't broken or anything. He was limping for a little while. Then he started to feel normal. I mean, he didn't want to quit. He wanted to continue on and bring the stuff over here and unload it. So I told him he should, I called the company and said, send different workers and let these workers go. They called me back and say, well, we understand you don't want our workers to continue because they're injured, but they're telling us that they don't want to stop. And I'm like, well, if they don't want to, I'm not making them not work. But the guy was, it almost looked like a movie, that video I sent you. They're like, the table's over here up against my car. These guys are over there on the ground rolling around. It didn't even look, it looked like it was staged. But yeah, I guess they'll be okay. They didn't break anything. They just got swollen foot, ankle. Hey, the moving business that's hard work, man. I don't know. I mean, my mother owned an antique store when I was a kid, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I used to help deliver furniture, but it was antique and heavy and hand carved and all heavy, real stuff that was real heavy. And this stuff that I have now is real heavy. I mean, that marble table is like 900 pounds. They had to take it off the base. The base alone was like 300 pounds. And yeah, I like the real stuff. And
There goes
Do you
all the
live in the
profit.
same,
what's that?
do you
So
live in
there
the
goes
same,
all their profit.
All
do
their
you live in the
profit.
same city or same house? I mean, brand new house?
Yeah, in the same county, not the same city. It's about 45 minutes away.
Oh. New house?
A new house? No.
Oh.
New for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old house on the water over here in St. Petersburg. It was remodeled really nice, but it's not new. I mean, they built most of these houses were built back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. There's a lot of new ones, don't get me wrong. People are tearing down the old ones and building big monsters on the water now. But I'm not ready to do that.
Nico, we're gonna have a barbecue there.
I will be. I don't think there's enough room for all of you guys to come over. We'll have to, Chad and I are actually thinking about putting together an event, a get together, but we're trying to figure out where. We were talking about Vegas, but if we do it in the Tampa Bay area, we'll probably just rent a nice yacht or something to go out on. Not enough room to have a bunch of people at my house. But yeah, moving sucks. I went 10, 15 years without moving, and then this is the second move in 2 years now, so I really don't like moving. If the car wasn't there, the table would have probably rolled into the neighbor's fence. And there probably would have been more damage to the table by then. Oh, Robert asked, will you be addressing Optio tonight or tomorrow? Good question. Let me get over it. Let me just show you guys something here. I don't have answers about Optio specifically, but Billy is willing to get back on. I just told him that I was in the middle of moving and for the next couple of days, I wasn't sure exactly when I would be able to have him, but he did email me all the instructions for Skybound, which is the other nodes. I was just hesitant to share it with everybody, even though he's very excited about it, and I'm sure it could be very successful. I was just nervous to share it because Optio was having its issues, and I just wanted to get that straightened away first before introducing another node. These things take time. They take a long time. Even the Skybound node, he was saying that it could take 90 days or so before they even start distributing tokens. The reason why is because it's pre-launch. So they have to wait to get like 1,900 nodes sold before they can even start distributing the tokens. So I just want you guys to be aware of all that. But let me see here. If you want me to share the instructions for it, I will. I just wanted to, because I was moving, because I was in the middle of everything, I didn't want to just share it and say, hey guys, good luck. And then everybody has questions. And then I can't answer because I'm in the middle of moving. And also I didn't really dive into it myself to make sure that it's not only safe, but it's viable and it's something you should do. I'm very, I'm very protective of you guys. And so even though Billy's a friend of mine, I've known him for years, but I've bought nodes before, like Element Token, for instance, and there's a couple guys in the group that, he introduced Element Token about a year and a half ago in our group. And that one hasn't done anything yet, hasn't performed or done anything yet. And they're still working on things, and they're still trying to get all their funding and everything. There was no promise of quick results or anything like that, but Billy bought like 500 of those nodes. But the reason why he did is because he made millions on Gala. Gala token took off. Gala token was where Billy made all his money, and that was a node. He bought 9 nodes for $1,000 each. And he's also done very well on several other ones, Stitch or Switch, something like that, and a couple other ones. And so I saw him do very well with these nodes over the years. And then finally I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try one. And that was Element. And I bought 5 of those or 3 of those, I can't remember. And so far that hasn't paid off. And then he's, got a couple other ones, and these are the ones I'm introducing now. And I know it's a matter of time. And I understand the companies behind them are big. There's a big money behind these guys. And so it's not like they can't afford to do what they're trying to do. We've got billionaires behind this one. And so I just want you guys to know that even though I've seen Billy make a lot of money, and I've seen people that have these nodes, get very rich from them, I'm still very cautious. So I hope you appreciate that. But I will share, because there's a lot of people in this group that are like, Niko, I don't care if it's risky, just give me the information. Just send me signals. I don't care if it's risky. I like to only give signals when there's a high probability of it doing what I say it's going to do. And I really only like to share anything in this group only if it has a high probability of being successful for you guys. Now, the nodes, I can't say it's a high probability. Billy seems to think so. He's very confident. But he's more involved with the owners and the founders of these companies. And so he's also made a ton of money from these nodes, and he's very, very excited about them. And so I just don't have that same emotion that he has, because I'm unaware of how what's behind it all. So I'm kind of taking his word for it. And he also wants to help our group, and me as a friend, he's willing to give these discounts and these buy one get one free. Most people don't get all that. So just so you know. So that sounds great and everything, but I don't want you guys to put tens of thousands of dollars into nodes and then have to wait a couple of years. And I think that could be the case. Or it might be the case, but I don't know. It could take off very quickly for all I know. But on Optio, he was saying that it was going to be on, you were going to be able to buy the tokens right on Parlor or right on whatever the other one is, the Optio page, and that didn't come to fruition. And then it was going to be listed on Coinbase like by the end of the month, right? That was back in February. That didn't happen yet. So I'm very cautious, and it's not Billy's fault. He's basically saying what other people were saying. The powers that be were telling him that was going to happen. So I just for that reason, guys, trust me, I'm doing that for you. I'm cautious for you guys. I want to make sure first. By the way, I have 60 of those nodes, so I believe in it. But again, I'm a risk taker. When I buy that shit, I don't sit there and chew my nails. I let it go. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I understand the risk. And so I want you guys to think that way too when you're getting into these more risky things. When it comes to trading, we can control it more. We can control, our entries, our exits, our stop losses, our take profits. And to the extent that, we obviously have to trust the platform that we're on. But other than that, you're in control. And when you buy those nodes and things like that, you're kind of waiting for other people to do the things that they promised, like build out the company and the infrastructure and make sure that everything, but they have a vested interest in doing that, I can tell you, because they got millions of dollars invested. And I know they're doing everything they can to make that a reality, because they will make a lot more money if the token gets listed on an exchange and the values go up and all that stuff. So they are working on that. But at the same time, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just hesitant to put another node in there until I see the first one that I shared with you guys get their act together and get everything working properly. I mean, the node is pumping out, tokens every day, the nodes for Optio. They're going into my wallet, and some of you guys are staking and you're getting rewards and all that stuff. But as far as being able to buy them on the exchange, as far as them getting listed on a major exchange, I haven't seen that happen yet. So, and I really didn't expect that to happen that quick anyway. Robert, that will be in the ICO section. So let me just go there and show you right now. It's everything that's node related will go into this tab over here, right here, ICOs. So I have it right here. Look at, I'm going to paste it right now. This is from Billy, just so you know. Read this entire post over a few times. Everyone in this group, when they order, make sure to put in the order nodes, in the order node section, type in Renegade. If they get 10 or more as they check out, there is a coupon code. They need to enter node guy or they will not get the buy one, get one. Very important to follow the above instructions to the letter. So it's not like I don't have this ready to share with you guys. I just didn't share it yet because I wanted to go through all this first. I like to test things out myself first before I do it. Just like Chad with the, Orion. Did I say that right? Orion. We run these tests first ourselves, make sure everything goes smoothly first before I share it to everyone else. But just so you know, it is ready. And here's the instructions what to do. And I am going to share it. But there's no rush, just so you guys know. They have to get 1,900 of these things sold first before you'll even start distribution. And if you go to this page right here, I think you can see how many are available. Let me just look. Let me just check right now myself. 1,910 still remaining. 90 of 2,000 claimed. So these aren't flying off the shelf right now. The availability, this is the same as it was a week ago or 3 or 4 days ago, from what I remember. So now it's because Billy is in promotion mode, right? And I know that they will start to go down, but I just want you guys to know that you're not missing out on anything. So let me do my due diligence first. Let me make sure it's okay. And if I think that it's not going to be something that pays off good, then I would just recommend not doing it. I'm not posting this for Billy or for myself. I'm not trying to help Billy. I'm trying to help you guys. Billy's my friend and he's made millions with nodes. Some have done very well and some have not done anything. I'm hesitant. I'm not like anxious to post these things in here. These are risky things and I want to make sure you guys are taken care of first and foremost. Optio,
Hey, Niko?
Yes, go ahead.
When you find out what you think, which way it's going to go, could you find out if that 2-for-1's going to still be available, please?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah. He said they're going to do that for our group only, which is buy 10, get 10, or the 2-for-1 only goes into effect if you buy 10 or more. But and I think that the price is also 2,500 normally, and they're doing it for 1,100 for our group. So per node. So that's what I've been told. So I don't really know the details. It looks like you can buy it for that amount there on that page. But I'm gonna get, the only reason I haven't given you the due diligence yet, guys, is just because of my move. It's been taking way longer than I expected. I thought I'd be done by Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was supposed to be totally done. And then Sunday they would pick up the remaining stuff. And Sunday they didn't come at all because they had crew missing and they had all kinds of excuses. And then they came today instead and still barely finishing. So they haven't even got here yet from the house that they picked everything up, guys. And you saw the videos, guys. I shared it in the Discord. Yeah, pretty crazy what happened.
You guys okay?
I had my car parked. Look at that. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it looks like a movie. My this thing weighs 900 pounds. It's solid Emperado marble. It rolled right into my car. My car's parked on the other side of the stairs because they were planning on going down the other side. And last thing I expected to happen. And you can see what happened to my.
So it came down, bam,
Right into the railing, knocked it right over, and then rolled down to my car.
And then rolled that.
So anyway, I know you guys, I already pasted that, but just so you know, that's kind of what put a damper into everything. and my due diligence on that token, on that node before I was going to share it this weekend. But anyway, Billy's texting me wondering, if I shared it yet, and I told him no. I said I'm in the middle of moving and I want to check things out first. So he just wanted to make sure, because he wanted to make sure people weren't having a problem when they ordered and they were getting their buy one get one free and all that. But I just haven't shared it yet.
Yeah. Hey, Niko, this is Atul. How are you?
Hey, Atul, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, sorry about the little accident. But glad to know that you'll be finally moving into your new place.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. I just have a few questions in terms of at what point of time would you be thinking of like if things doesn't go our way of reversing the position? Let's say if you're in charts and then you want to go long, like what that scenario will play out to be?
So is the question, what's the worst case scenario as far if it doesn't
No,
go
in
down?
case what? Yeah, if it doesn't go down and let's say it's at 66, and at what point of time? Because earlier we were thinking of, let's say it's gonna go down, and then once it hits the bottom, we're gonna reverse our position from short to long, correct?
That's my
But
plan,
now, yeah. So that's but now we still have to wait for this thing to play out for another 2 days, 3 days, 4 days.
It could be a couple few days, yes.
Yeah.
Now, and by the way, just remember, I'm only basing that on
The historical
historical events
Yeah.
doing the same thing. But
Correct.
this is the downward channel that we're in, and it's kind of obvious to me that we're, we hit the bottom, we hit the top, we curve around, hit the bottom, we hit the top, we curve around. To me, we're still trending down. And could it, we did break obviously we broke the support of this bear flag. This is a big bear flag. We broke the support of it. And this candle right here is the 9th candle after the 3-day death cross, which is exactly the same as all the other candles on the other death crosses on all the other bear markets that broke the bear flag. Was the 9th candle. It's strange how it's all doing the same thing. So with that being said, now this is the 10th candle we're in right now, and it did wick back up to retest the bottom of the bear flag. So I'm still expecting a drop. Listen, I'm only expecting it because that's what's always happened. A lot of people are looking at that and say, well, yeah, but there's a lot of buy orders and there's a lot of liquidity up here and there's whales coming in with money. And I believe that. I believe they are. But for some reason, I'm still expecting the same thing to play out. In other words, if all that really mattered, how come the price isn't climbing? How come it's not going up? Why is there no buying pressure? Some people could say, well, there was today. Look, I mean, we pumped. This is what happened today. We dropped down here yesterday, boom, and then overnight we started to climb. For early morning this morning, all it did was get back up to the top of this little bearish flag.
Yeah.
And then hit that, and now it came back down to the bottom. This just happened. And then it bounced a little bit, but did not make a higher high, and it looks like it's starting to come down. So I'm expecting that, by the way, this is a bear flag. Correct. That just broke out of this bear flag. How many bear flags does it take? It's like bear flag, breakout, bear flag, retest of the bottom of this. So to me, I think we have a drop imminent, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that it's going to happen. Now, could I be wrong? Yes, of course, I could be wrong. I'm just, but I just don't see anything. We got wars. We got oil embargoes. We got, I don't know if you guys understand what's going on with the Strait of Hormuz, but if we can't get that straightened out, we're going to see some craziness happen in this country. And I know Trump is working on it. I know that, he seems to solve the problems and work out the deals and all these things. But sometimes before a deal is worked out, you guys remember when he announced that that China wasn't playing ball, he's going to raise the tariffs to 125%. Remember that? That was right here, October 10th. See what happened? Boom. That was exactly when he said it. And then look what happened since. And so now the next day, guys, he said, we worked out a deal. So we won't be tariffed 120%. But did that cause the price to shoot up? No. So it doesn't matter if it's good news or bad news. The bad news doesn't help, but the good news doesn't help either. It's not helping.
There's so much news happening, around the globe. Whether it
Yeah,
is Mr.
right.
Kim Jong is, firing up missiles in the middle of the sea near the Japan,
Yeah, there's a
right?
lot going
And
on.
a lot
And
going on, yeah. The oil
yeah,
and everything, and
and
Trump
what that
wants to
causes,
control the oil. Yeah,
yeah, and so what that causes, it causes uncertainty, chaos, and fear and doubt, called FUD, fear, uncertainty,
yeah,
and doubt. And so when there's fear, uncertainty, doubt, people don't know what to do. Now, I am just confident that we're just in a bear market, because if you take all the news away, take all all the Clarity Act and all the stuff out of the equation, and you just look at the charts historically, you go back and look at the
yeah,
previous bull and bear market cycles, everything is identical every 4 years. It's a 4-year cycle, and everything just looks the same. So I'm like, well, why? Everybody's like, oh, this is happening because of this. This is okay. Well, what was the excuse back here? And what was the excuse back here? What was the excuse back here? I mean, there's always something, but why are they all identical? And why is it that when you, and listen, I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but why is it that every time there was a 3-day death cross, we hit the bottom after that in 33 days? 3-day death cross, bottom 33 days. 3-day death cross, bottom 33 days. How come that happened every time? And so here we have a 3-day death cross, and we haven't broke yet. When the last time we had a 3-day death cross on the 3-day time frame, it took 10 candles before the drop. Guess what candle we're on right now? 10. We're on the 10th one right now. There's the cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's green. Look at it. It was green, but look at that. Oh, what is that turning into? Look at that. We had the long wake up to retest the bottom of the bear flag, and I'm afraid it's about to turn red. That's what's going to happen to that candle, if you ask me. That candle is about to flip red. I mean, it opened and pumped up and coming all the way back down. And so I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit. Now, I don't know where, guys. It could be right here to 60K. That would be a double bottom right here. That could be the bottom. But if that's not the bottom, this could be the bottom. That's just the next support level down. And that's 49.50K. And if that's not the bottom, then this could be the bottom. There's a lot of support levels on the way down. I don't really know where the bottom is. All I know is this little crux right here, where the reason why I have these 3 lines coming here is because this was the death cross. This is 33 days, which is the average time. And this is the bottom of the downward trending support from the top that comes right there. And this line right here is the 33rd day. So it has to happen in the next few days, or it's just going to be one of those things that happened the last 3 times, but not this time. And if it doesn't happen this time, and this goes up instead, or goes sideways and breaks out and goes up instead, well then, okay, then that was the bottom right here, 59K. But until that happens, I'm going to say that the bottom's not it. That's just me. Everybody's got a different opinion, and everybody's opinion makes sense. This is the problem. Even the people who are bullish, it makes sense when they talk about why they're bullish, but nothing is making sense right now, in my opinion. Everything is doing the opposite of what we're expecting. And so I'm just going to expect the opposite of what everyone else is expecting. And I don't think it's bullish right now. I think we're still down. Not only that, but over here, this line is October. That is usually how long it takes for every bear market cycle, 365 days. And we're far away from it. We got about 6 months. And by the way, if you go back to the last bear market, when we did drop after the death cross to the bottom here, it took almost 6 months before we started going up. And that's it just looks too identical to me. So I'm going to stick to that story. I'm going to stick to that thesis for now. And I believe that over the next 48 hours, we're probably going to see, it doesn't have to be exactly 33 days, guys, because one of them was 36 days and one was 26 days. So, but it's, the average is 33 days. So let's just look at it that way. It could be maybe April 2nd. I don't know. But one thing I will tell you, these candles, after they broke that bear flag on the 10th candle, it was a huge drop all at once, and then another huge drop all at once, and then another huge drop all at once. And then the one before that, as soon as the cross happened, boom, 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 very fast down. So, that's why I'm looking at it. That's why I'm sticking to that until maybe April 2nd or 3rd goes by and nothing happened, then I'll say, okay, well, no, that was a
Yeah.
fluke.
What was the percentage drop, Nico, of in the last cycle from the
From
bear
the bear
flag
flag.
to the bottom? Yeah.
So yeah, from where it broke out of this bear flag, it was a 37% drop. Big, huge.
Ooh,
Do you even know where that would bring us if we drop that
66,
far?
yeah, or $24,000 less.
It would be way down here, guys. It would be 37% would be 41,000.
Oof.
Now, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but you know,
Because
that's
every
what
4
happened every
years, the
time.
percentage is also it's getting less, right? It's not getting that much.
Well, the bull market tops have been getting less. The bear market bottoms, I mean, you know what's weird? If you look at the last bull market, the high was 68K and the bottom was 15.5.
Mm.
So I just think about that. I mean, that was from the top to the
I have
bottom, 77%. 77%. So if we were to drop that much from the top, 77%, guys, would bring us down to 28K. And do I expect us to drop that far this time? No, because that 77% was less than the one before that, which was 86%, which was less than the one before that, which was like 90%. So they are getting less each time, but not by a much. So even if it's 60%, that would be right here at 49K. That's right where I have it. So I'm being like generous to say that it might only come there, but it could go further. I just don't know.
Niko.
I do not have that crystal ball.
So since Bitcoin floats all the boats, if this tanks to 60, where's that going to take? Where do you think that will take, like XRP and Solana and all those tokens?
$1
Well,
XRP.
I'm short. I'm short on all of those. I'm short on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. I'm up currently about $8,000 on these positions. And so I think they all will go down with Bitcoin, down in price, not go down. When I say go down, I don't mean like going down. I just mean they all are correlating with Bitcoin right now until they don't. So when will that stop? Well, I think that decoupling, when they finally do decouple, we will know, because let's just look here. This is Bitcoin right here. Whoops. This is Bitcoin. Just look at that. Just take a mental image of this downward trend. And let me go over to XRP. And look at that. Downward trending channel. They all are identical right now. So here's Ethereum. Right? So they're all doing the same thing because they correlate with Bitcoin. So when will they stop correlating with Bitcoin? I guess when they stop correlating with Bitcoin, look at the clock and the date, because that's the only way to know. They will eventually. There is something called altcoin season as well, which has not happened this year really, and it doesn't have to happen. But usually when Bitcoin loses dominance, you'll see some coins that go up, but they're not. Right now, they're still correlating with Bitcoin. And so until they don't, so what I would need to see is I would need to see Ethereum or XRP or Solana break out of this downward trending channel. And when that happens, I have a feeling Bitcoin will be doing it too. I have a feeling Bitcoin, I think they'll just follow Bitcoin for now. And it may not be until this next bull market cycle, guys. Right now, we're in a bear market as far as I'm concerned, and we're not at the bottom yet. And I think once we're at the bottom and things start to go sideways and then start to climb up, everything will climb up. At least these majors will. Because it's not just manual trade. It's not just manual traders like us. You got all kinds of algo traders and bots trading right now. They all kind of do they all just short everything or go long everything at the same time.
I think they're gonna crash the economy first before they pass the 30 Act passes. I think the 30 Act pass won't pass till May. Stock is already down. I'm already down 12,000. So
Yeah, you know, I agree, and I hate to say it because I don't want people to think I'm all about like gloom and doom. I'm not. I just see the writing on the wall. I see what's happening. And you're right. You know, this could be all pre-planned, but then again, if that's the case, then they're doing it every cycle. But it is possible that the Clarity Act's not getting passed. That's causing a little bit hesitation, causing delays. And it'll be just a coincidence that everything gets passed and everything looks great and green light right when bull market season starts, right? By August, September, October, the price will start going up. And this is what it will look like. It'll look like this, guys, as just like every other one. Let me go back here. Let me go to
So does that 4-year cycle coincide with the presidential elections?
midterms. Yep.
Midterms. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep. So see right here, guys, when we had that final drop after that 3-day death cross, this was it. Boom, down to 17.5. We went up and down and up and down and up and down sideways for 5 months. This was the 1-year mark after the bull market top. And then that's when we climbed out to a bull market. And so here we are. We have one more drop, let's just say, and then we go up and down and up and down. That's why I have this red circle here, because this is the bottom. I don't care if you buy it here at the bottom, up here, down here, up here, down here to up here. Anywhere in here is the bottom. Just like if you would have bought anywhere in this circle, you would have been very fine. You would have been fine at 17K. You would have been fine at 19K. You would have been fine even here. And then you would have been fine down here at 15.5, right? Anywhere in the circle is the bottom. That's still 7x after that. Same down here. It dropped, boom, boom. Here was the bottom. Anywhere in this circle is fine, but that was the 1-year mark right there. It literally hit the bottom at exactly 1 year. This one took a long time for that death cross to happen, but it still was 33 days to the bottom, and that was the bottom right on the 1-year mark, and then it started to climb out. So here, though, we got, you know, this is March going into April 1st right here. So we got May, June, July, August, September, 5.5 months, 6 months before this line right here, 365 days. That doesn't mean it's going to go down for that long. It could just hit the bottom and then go sideways, because the bottom is usually in by, you know, 33 days after the death cross. So I'm saying that the bottom is going to come very quickly over the next week or so, wherever it is. I'm expecting to. It may not, you know, but only if it does what it's always done. And then we're going to go sideways for a while, which is okay. There's going to be a lot of scalping opportunities, a lot of money to be made. You can go, soon as it does drop, by the way, that's a great long opportunity, because there's going to be a big bounce, but it may not be the bottom yet. It could go up like this and come back down. But once we get past the 1-year mark, I'm saying that historically that is the beginning of the next bull market. So you guys got plenty of time to get settled in here, but as far as the bottom, it could happen in the next few days. It could literally drop like a brick through a wet paper bag, just like it did here. Just like it did here. It happened quickly, right at the last couple days of that 33-day cycle. So I'm not making that up. I'm not trying to, you know, talk about mystical magic here. It's just what's always happened. So if it doesn't happen this time, it'll be an anomaly. It'll really mean that this time is different. But it's kind of ironic that it's the same looking bear flag, and it's the same 10th candle that after the 9th candle broke the bear flag, the 10th candle is the one that dropped previously. And here we are on the 10th candle, and it's looking a little suspicious.
Yeah. Hey, Niko, Atul here again. I just need some personal advice from you in terms of, I think my liquidation is at about 7,400. So do I need to add more contracts, or is it still
7,400 or 1,000?
7,400. I mean, like 70,400.
Oh yeah, so 70. Oh, I got you. 70,400. I mean, so you're in a short right now?
Correct.
And what was your entry?
I'm at par, I think about 66,400 or something. I actually did a mistake. I entered at 70,000, but I think I wanted to put in $5,000 at 17x. And so when I wrote 5,000, I opened the short, but it was 5,000 contracts. I didn't look at the cost. So, then I realized that why this has dropped from 70 to 66, why my profit is not that much. So then I realized, oh my God. So then I had no other option. Then I added, you know, uh, more contracts, but by that time it was already 66,400.
Right. So it's hard for me to give advice on spending someone else's money. It's hard for me to tell you how many contracts or how much risk you should take or how much margin you should have because only you know what you're comfortable with and your risk tolerance, right? So, should you add contracts? Should you increase leverage? All these kinds of things are personal issues. You have to feel comfortable doing it. But if you're already in a short and you're telling me that you meant to use more contracts than you have, then all you got to do is come over here, especially if you're at par right now and it's right at break even. You come over here and you just increase the contract size right here on the short. You'll see right here how many contracts you can add. When you slide this over, it'll tell you right here how many contracts that'll be. Right?
Yeah, and it'll tell me the liquidation price and everything. Yeah,
Where's your liquidation is at 70,400, you said?
correct.
Mine's at 70,100. So yours is higher than mine. But my stop loss is way in profit already.
Yeah,
Because my entry was way up here at 73.5.
you were at 73.
I'm sorry. My liquidation is at 77,000. My stop loss is at 70,100 because I'm in profit.
Yeah.
So, but if I was not in a trade right now, I would still be probably entering short, especially after that retest of the bear flag right here. And I have a feeling we're about to break through the bottom of it. But this retest right here, that would have been a great entry, but you didn't hit that. But if we break through the support, so this is what you might want to wait for. If we break through the support right here, then I would enter. The problem is that it could break through that support in one long candle like this. Look at this.
Yeah.
And it may not come back and retest because let's just look at the last couple times in the last bear market. Once it broke, once that 10th candle dropped, look at this, boom, it never came back up to retest. So I would enter the position now, or if you already entered, just add contracts now. If your heart is set on being in the short, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would. And just add more contracts now. Your liquidation might move slightly towards you. How many contracts you have right now? 5,000, you said?
Yeah, $5,000. So I am currently on about, I think, 60,000 or 70,000. Let me just check. Just hold on.
Oh, you got $5,000 margin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you're probably trading with 80,000 contracts.
Yeah. I'm in profit, $232. Margin, how do I see? ETC, because I'm on my phone. So entry price, market price, margin 4881. I don't know, how do I see that? How many contracts I have? Because I'm on my phone.
And it's harder on your phone. What's your leverage?
17x.
All right, so if you take your margin, you know what your margin is, how much you're risking of your own money? Did you say 5,000?
5,000. Not 5,000, it's close to 4881
Okay, so you take that
times
4881
17.
4881 and multiply it by 17x. That's 82,000 contracts.
Yeah. Okay.
Good for you. I mean, you got more. I got only 46,000 contracts on the trade right now, but I mean, I think, where do you have a stop loss at?
My stop loss is at. It's pretty close to my liquidation, to be very honest.
Your liquidation is at 70,400.
Yeah, it would be like 70,100. I'm going all in. Yeah, it's
Move your stop
because
loss.
yeah.
I would move your stop loss to right here. 68.5.
68.5.
Yep.
Okay.
Because if it goes all the way up to your stop, your liquidation up here, it's already broken the downward trending channel. One of them anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no reason for it to go that far for you to realize that you're in the wrong trade. So
Yeah,
I would
and
risk
if it hits
less.
the stop loss, then we re-enter or we go into the different direction.
So if it comes back up here and hits your stop loss at 68.5 and bounces off that downward trending resistance and comes back down, you would re-enter. But if it shoots up and gets above the 70K zone and holds a support, then you'll be glad. You'll be glad you got stopped out down here. You don't want to still be in that trade.
Okay.
I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we're about to break the I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of pins going on here. Look at it. There's a lot of long wicks. A lot of long wicks happening. But they're not doing what they normally do. Long wick to the downside. Oh, that means the bulls are pulling it up. Boom, drops further. Long wick. Oh, it doesn't go up. Long wick doesn't go up. Wick, still going down. So a lot of strange things that the charts right now.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
That's why I think it's orchestrated to some degree, guys. The powers that be want to buy a lot of XRP and they want to buy a lot of Bitcoin. Billions of dollars are coming into Bitcoin. Do you think they want to buy it at 70K or do you think they want to buy it at 50K or 40K? I mean,
they want weak hands to sell and then so that they can buy it at a lower price. So,
yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm shorting it on the way down and I'm gonna long, and I'm gonna hope to ride their gravy train back up in the next bull market. And try to turn a couple Bitcoin into a couple dozen Bitcoin by the time it gets to 300,000. I mean, it is
I'm gonna join you in Monaco for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not scared about this at all. The thing that bothers me about bear markets is it creates fear in the marketplace, and other people are fearful. And people who don't understand what's going on are fearful, and that causes them hesitation to get in and understand and learn. But that now is the best time to get in and learn. Now is the best time to position yourself and understand what's going on. And to me, this is you look at the last 3 years of bull markets. Don't get me wrong, people in our group made a lot of money, and it's easy making money on the way up. But this is probably the best opportunity over the last 4 years, because getting in near the bottom is the best timing. It's the best place to get in. There's so many people joined crypto renegades or just came into crypto for the first time when in 2023, 2024, 2025, when we're almost near the top. Don't get me wrong, they're still gonna make a lot of money and a lot of short, a lot of scalping, a lot of opportunities up and down. The market goes up and down 1 to 5% a day every day. The volatility is insane, and that's why it's so lucrative. And then riding it down from the top, great shorting opportunities, a lot of bounces, a lot of scalps going back up on these bounces. I mean, if you just look at this downward trending channel here, every time we have a drop level, boom, it's a long opportunity. This bounce right here is great money to be made. Boom, drop, great scalping opportunity. I mean, you can make tens of thousands of dollars on these little bounces right here if you know what you're doing. I just think that we came up. Oh, am I sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out my phone. I was like, what the hell happened? Like,
that was me. So every time we have a drop,
they can't get it in. They can't get a chart on there.
Every time we have a drop level like this and bounce, these are great opportunities to go long, and you can make a lot of money on these bounces. But when we come all the way to the other side of a channel and then we break the bear flag to the downside and retest, that's short. And then once we have this big drop bounce, that's a great long opportunity. Don't get me wrong. Lots of people chat, a lot of people making money on these bounces, what they're called rise levels. These are drop levels, those are rise levels. And when we're rising, we're slightly rising over to the other side of the channel, the overall downward trending channel. And we hit it, break the support. Guess what happens usually after that? Well, I mean, I don't have to go back too far to show you. Every time we break a rise level, the support, which is a bear flag if you ask me, the bottom of it, and retest, it drops. And we just did that. We just did it right here. And not only that, but it's still in the downward trend channel. And we got to break out of this in order for me to be bullish. So right now, I think we got another drop somewhere down into this zone, and that will be the bottom. That's why I have it circled, guys. To me, that's the bottom. I'm sticking to my story. And I have a TP down here now. My TP is at 48K, and it may not get hit. It may not get hit, but so I'll just know. I'll be watching, because as soon as I see any kind of drop here, I'm going to be analyzing the situation. If I think that that's it, and we're going to have a huge bounce or a rise level, for some reason, I think we will come down to the bottom of this downward trending channel for some reason. That's why I have it here. But maybe it takes its time. Maybe it drops a little bit, goes sideways, drops a little bit, and comes way down over here instead. Or maybe it just wrecks right through this whole thing. Is that possible? Well, let's go back real quick one more time to the last bull market and look at that one. If this was the downward trending channel, look at this. Downward trending channel, top, bottom, boom, went right through the bottom, all the way down to the real bottom, and then came back up in the channel, and then hit the bottom of the channel right there. Look at that. So it is possible to break right through the channel. And that would be if that were to happen here, guys, that would look like, that would be like a boom kind of drop right through the channel. And then it would come back, it could come back in. Yeah. That's when you know the bottom is in. That would be a 39K drop right there. It doesn't have to go that low. I'm just saying that, I mean, anywhere below, anywhere through this channel line, guys, is probably the bottom. I will, I think I hear the moving trucks pulling up right now. They stopped to eat something before they got here, and they are now 2 hours, an hour and a half later. So they're probably feeling the pain now from their injuries. They're probably not as excited for this offloading as I am. But whoops, let me just straighten this back out. So the market's just a little chaotic right now. It's not knowing what to do, but I have a feeling that it kind of knows. Kind of knows what to do. But if we break this the support here on this current bear flag that we're in. By the way, guys, I mean, we are in a big bear flag and we already broke it. And now we're creating another bear flag underneath the bear flag. If one bear flag wasn't enough. Now we got another one. I will keep you posted. Slide to see, but don't use Slutter in the end. Bill's main emphasis. I don't know what that means.
And thanks again, Niko, for having a terrible day at moving and still coming on here and helping us out.
Nah, I appreciate it, guys. I love you guys. I would do this all day if I could, but unfortunately, I don't move very often, and when I do, I don't expect it to take 3 days and break everything and kill people in the process. But
no,
I'm crazy. But anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate all your understanding and support. I do have to go back to the old house and let the cleaners in. They're gonna do the final cleaning of the place in the morning, but maybe sometime in the afternoon when I get back, I will do a live as well, because I think that we're getting close. We're getting so close to this drop. I would love to be live while it happens, but I will make an announcement in the group and kind of make up for today.
So are you going to be selling your house, or are you going to be renting that out, or making a B&B, or what are you going to be doing?
I was renting it. The one that I moved from was a rental. And I was gonna buy it, but the lady who owns it, well, her and her husband were in the middle of a divorce and they were fighting over assets. And so they wanted to sell the house to split assets. And I was just gonna stay there, but they wanted to sell it and I didn't want to buy it. It was not my dream house. I'm not gonna buy it just because I live there. As much of it, I was almost tempted to buy it just so I didn't have to move. But that's not a smart thing to do. And so and not only that, when they put it up for sale, I thought it was going to take 3 or 4 months and I would have time to find a place, but it sold in less than 5 days from the time they listed it. Full ask. Yeah, so it was a nice neighborhood. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a desirable area, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I own what I rent out to others, and I rent where I live. That's just my strategy, because I don't like to sink a lot of money into my personal house, because that is a liability. A lot of people think their houses are assets, but really it's a liability, because if you have to pay the mortgage and pay the bills and it's not making you any money, then it's costing you money, right? And if you have to buy a house and put a down payment down and all that stuff, don't get me wrong, I'm not against it. I'm just saying that you put 20% down, that money is tied up in equity. Equity is useless until you sell the place. Equity, you could have a ton of equity in your house and feel comfortable and feel good about it, but the reality is that it's doing you no service sitting there, and it's not even real until you realize it, meaning you sell and you actually get that equity out. You could say I have $1 million in equity, but if no one buys the place and doesn't want to buy it, then it's just sitting there locked up. And so I would rather invest that money into other revenue producing activities like rental apartments and houses and things like that I rent out, because that at least produces more cash flow and those tenants pay off those notes. And then I just rent where I live, and I let the income from those other rentals pay my rent where I live. So I'm pretty living for free. But and a lot of people are like, yeah, but you're throwing that money away. It's going to the landlord when it could be going to pay down your mortgage. No, sorry, don't agree. I've never lived at a place more than 7 years. By the time you even get to 7 years, all the mortgage payments are interest only. Most of them goes to interest. You're not paying down the principal at all during that time, usually, unless you're paying extra. And again, your equity's tied up, or your capital's tied up. And not only that, but you have all the liability and responsibility. When you're the owner, something breaks, the storm happens, you got to pay for everything. You got to pay for the maintenance, the pool, everything, the cleaners, the yard guys. But when you rent, the landlord is responsible for all that. So to me, it's just easier. It's a lot easier. And not only that, but if I ever want to pack up in the middle of the night and decide that I want to become a hobo and travel the world in an RV, I can just leave anytime I want. I don't have to worry about it. I just give a notice. Well, you can break the lease. Yep, I'll break the lease. I'll do it legally.
And Niko,
I have a good reason to do.
Couldn't you? Because you probably have a trust and stuff like that, right? Couldn't you buy it and then rent it to yourself?
Yes. You could also take $100 bill out of your left pocket and put it in your right pocket.
There you go. Okay. I'm just saying,
there is benefits to doing that for tax purposes and things like that. There are ways that could be beneficial.
Yeah, I forget who it was. Somebody said the best way to double your money is to fold it in half.
Right. Yeah. I will buy a house, but it has to be the forever home. It has to be the house that I know that it's going to stand the time, that I'm going to go ride the ups and downs of the market, and I'm going to put money into it, and I don't care because I'm going to live there forever. Right. When I find that, I will buy. And don't get me wrong, I've made lots of offers to buy. It's just that they haven't accepted those offers because they're ridiculous. They're in my favor only. They're not in the favor of the seller. And if some, and don't get me wrong, I've had people accept like lease purchase agreements and things like that were in my favor, but I always have some kind of exit clause in case I can't fulfill on the purchase part. So it's a lease option, a lease with an option to buy, or a lease option with a balloon payment at the end of 3 years or 5 years or whatever. and they agree to that, and if sometime in the first year or second year I decide I don't want to buy it anymore, then I have a right to sell my contract, sell my agreement. And so I've flipped those before, got out of the deal with all my down payment or my earnest money deposit back, without hurting the seller or the new buyer. It was a win-win situation for everybody. But anyway, those are yeah, renting. Jackie says I'm selling my house 25 minutes from Disney because I'm done with renting it. It's not the same. Yeah, I don't have houses for rent anymore. I have only apartment buildings, and I think it's easier when you have like a 47 unit apartment building, for instance. If you got 3 or 4 tenants or 5 tenants that leave in the middle of the night, you have 40 tenants paying rent. So it's not like you're losing anything, and your bills are all still paid. Plus, we put a lot of pressure on the property managers to keep it full and do their job. I'm sorry, someone was saying something?
I just want to say thank you, Niko, for your time and for your inputs today. And hope to see you tomorrow, and so that we can see the drop together.
Yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and putting up with my delays today, but I think that we didn't really miss anything in the market, but I think we're coming down to the wire here. We're getting down to the good stuff. It'll happen soon. Other than that, guys, Bill, thank you for helping out with everything else. You got a onboarding today at 5?
I had it's already over with 5 Eastern.
All right, good.
So 2, yeah.
So I got the time right.
That's right.
Finally. All right, guys. Well, I will post anything that I see changing in the charts, but right now I'm just waiting for that little bear flag to break to the downside. I'm still short. If you have any questions, ask in the main chat, or you could DM if it's personal. I'm waiting. It looks like one truck pulled up, waiting for the other one. They're probably still eating, and hopefully they get the stuff tonight done before it's midnight. And I'll be back to normal here soon. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you. I'll try to go live tomorrow once I get some time. Probably it's going to be afternoon.